I'm Kendra Cook, your host for today's DCTV News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, Colorado. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network, DCBN, is the producer of DCTV with support from the Southwest Colorado TV Translator Association, which is the special district association responsible for bringing the area free-to-access TV stations over the air by antenna. This is a community TV station. If there is a news story or event information that you would like to share, you can call us. The number is 970-677-4119. If you're a business or organization, we welcome you to find out about sponsorship opportunities for banners or video segments run on the channel. This is Tuesday for the program DCTV News at Noon, which is aired at noon, 2, and 6 p.m. It's also available on demand online at both our YouTube channel and our DCTV News at Noon Facebook page. This is the program for January 14th, 2020. DCTV's News at Noon. The Journal reported a story from chalkbeat.org, AP photo. Colorado voters could decide this November whether to fund free preschool for 4-year-olds statewide by taxing tobacco and vaping products. This past Friday, 2 citizens took the first step towards putting the question on November's ballot, filing more than a dozen possible versions with the state's Office of Legislative Counsel, which reviews potential initiatives before sending them to the Colorado Secretary of State's office. New taxes on a pack of cigarettes or vaping products would range from $1.20 to $2.60, depending on which version of the ballot proposal is selected. Currently, taxes are 84 cents a pack, among the lowest in the country. The money from a new vaping and tobacco tax, which is sure to be vehemently opposed by the tobacco industry, would go a long way towards helping Governor Jared Polis make good on his promise to offer free preschool to all 4-year-olds by the end of his first term. One version of the ballot question would put $300 million more a year towards state-funded preschool. That's far above the $27 million that Polis requested in this year's budget, and that, so far, lawmakers of both parties have been reluctant to endorse. Anna Jo Haynes, a longtime early childhood education advocate, and Jim Garcia, CEO of Denver's Clinica Tepeyac, and a board member of the advocacy group Healthier Colorado, filed the ballot initiatives. Filing so many versions, all with slightly different taxing levels and methods, is a common practice before the options are winnowed down to a single question. The idea of taxing nicotine to fund preschool is not new. Last year, State Representative Yadira Caraveo, a Thornton Democrat and pediatrician, sponsored a bill to ask voters to do just that. Despite Polis's support, the Colorado Senate rejected the idea amid a robust campaign from vaping and tobacco interests and concerns about using a regressive tax to pay for an essential service. That meant it never went to the ballot. Now proponents are taking matters into their own hands. Statewide lawmakers in recent days said it was likely that a nicotine tax increase would originate outside of the Capitol in 2020. Reported in the Durango Herald with a file photo. A Durango man's trial starts this week after he was accused of attacking deputies and making racist comments to an African-American deputy during an investigation of burglary in February at the Glacier Club. William Benjamin Klein IV, age 29, faces multiple charges stemming from the incident. According to court records, William Pouillon, a resident at Glacier Club, called law enforcement around 11:30 p.m. on February 13th to report a young white man had broken into his home. Deputies with the La Plata County Sheriff's Office arrived to find a golf cart that had crashed into a snowbank outside of the supposedly burglarized home, along with a 9mm bullet, a set of keys belonging to a Toyota vehicle, and a garage door opener. The gate attendant assisting police told investigating officers that the cart belonged to Klein, who had crashed the same cart the week before and needed to be taken to Mercy Regional Medical Center because of his injuries. Klein's father, Bill, owns a home at Glacier Club. Pouillon was sleeping inside the house, he told police, when Klein opened his bedroom door, flashlight in hand. Klein then left the bedroom and went to the liquor cabinet in the kitchen, where he started to, quote, make himself a drink, Pouillon said. Klein then went to the garage where Pouillon asked him what he was doing. Klein said, quote, well, I sometimes go to houses that are empty. Didn't know you were home. Pouillon said it appeared Klein was intoxicated and may have had a gun on him. Authorities went to Klein's home, which is about a half-mile away from Pouillon's house, finding a Toyota outside. Authorities knocked on the door, and Klein approached and locked the deadbolt. Deputies rang the doorbell again, and Klein came to the door and invited police inside. While in the residence, Klein became aggressive towards a deputy. Arresting documents show. He was then placed in handcuffs. While one deputy went to retrieve a patrol car, Klein attacked the other deputy, kicking the deputy's leg and grabbing his genitals. Backup was called, and Klein was eventually tased. He further resisted arrest, police said, and was placed in the patrol car, where he broke a door handle. Klein was charged with burglary, second and third degree assault against a police officer, resisting arrest, use of a weapon when prohibited, criminal mischief, trespassing, and driving under the influence of alcohol. But prosecutors with the 6th Judicial District said another charge was added stemming from Klein's conduct towards an African-American police officer while being taken to the La Plata County Jail, a trip which lasted about an hour because of inclement weather conditions at the time. Prosecutors said in opening statements on Monday that Klein called the deputy a, quote, barrage of vile statements, many of which included racist remarks. At one point, Klein is accused of saying, quote, do you care if I call you the N-word, in an attempt to provoke the officer. Klein was charged with harassment with the intent of ethnic intimidation. Many of the incidents from the night were caught on police body cameras and dash cams. Klein's defense attorney, Brian Showalter, said Klein's comments to the deputy were, quote, atrocious and not acceptable, but are not illegal. He said prosecutors are using the comments to make the jury dislike Klein. Showalter said police officers used excessive force that night against Klein. He said Klein allowed officers into his home without a warrant, and deputies should have left when asked. Showalter also disputed that Klein injured the deputy's genitals. Quote, Klein, was left alone with a dangerous person, the deputy, and thought he was going to die, Showalter said. Klein is scheduled for a 2-day trial. And the Durango Herald and Journal reported on the newest change at city markets with a photo by Patrick Armijo. For folks looking to avoid being nickel and dimed at ATMs, getting cash back at the grocery store has been a popular and until recently free option in Durango. However, City Market, a division of Kroger grocery stores, began charging to get cash back at the checkout about a month ago. Jessica Trowbridge, a spokeswoman with King Soopers City Market, said the cashback fee was implemented across all City Market stores, so the one in Cortez as well. This service is very popular, and we process millions of transactions enterprise-wide per year. Unfortunately, we cannot continue to offer this service for free due to the high demand and processing/labor costs, Trowbridge wrote in an email to the Durango Herald. City Market now charges 50 cents to receive between $1 and $100 on checkout. It charges $3.50 for getting between $100 and 1 cent and $300 at the checkout. The $3.50 fee is lowered to $3 if customers use their City Market value card. $300 is the maximum amount that can be withdrawn in cash at City Market through the use of a debit card. Ryan Hayes, manager at Durango's Albertsons, said the store does not charge for getting cash back, and there are no plans to begin charging for the service there. If you're shopping at Albertsons, it's a service we provide, he said. Walmart also does not charge for cash back at checkouts. Robin Bobbitt, a spokeswoman with Walmart, also said it's a service the retailer provides to customers paying with debit cards, and she said she is unaware of any plans to begin charging for their service either. And now, let's take a look at our local weather. Today, sunny with a warmer high near 39 degrees, but some south winds will remain at 10 to 15 miles an hour and gusts to 25, which will keep it feeling colder out there. Tonight, mostly clear and a low around 18 degrees. So southeast winds remain around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday is looking nice, sunny with a high near 39. South winds 5 to 10 miles an hour. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy and a low around 23. Southeast winds 5 to 10 miles an hour as we head into Thursday. We pick up a chance for snow showers, mainly after 11 a.m. on Thursday, mostly cloudy, slightly warmer with a high near 41. So our local elevation could mean that would be some rain instead of snow. We'll have to watch for that. Southeast winds remain at 10 to 15 miles an hour with gusts to 25. And the chance of precipitation is 60%. So that's pretty sure that we'll get something somewhere here. Thursday night, snow showers remain likely, mainly after 11 p.m., mostly cloudy with a low around 28, and the chance of precipitation currently remains at that 60%. Into Friday morning, more snow showers are likely, but mainly just in the morning, then mostly sunny with a high near 35 degrees. Chance of precipitation on Friday morning is 70%. Friday night, partly cloudy and a low around 15. And for the weekend, it's a fairly calm winter day for Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 34. Saturday night, mostly cloudy and a low around 18. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 36. Sunday night, partly cloudy and a low around 17. For some, there is a 3-day weekend, with Martin Luther King Day being Monday, looking to be mostly sunny with a high near 37. And now, back to our news. Reported by the Colorado Sun, a CPW photo. A Denver District Court judge has dismissed a lawsuit opposing Colorado wildlife officials' plan to kill black bears and mountain lions as a way of boosting mule deer populations on the western slope. Judge Robert McGahee Jr. ruled that Colorado Parks and Wildlife biologists can continue with plans to cull mountain lions and black bears from Pisiance and Upper Arkansas River basins. The November decision denies claims by Wild Earth Guardians that the agency's plans violated state laws in prohibiting lethal trapping methods. Those laws, part of Colorado's Amendment 14, which was approved by voters in 1996, allow trapping for, quote, bona fide scientific research. McGahee found the 2 research studies met the definition of bona fide scientific research because they provide new and relevant knowledge and will be carried out by qualified personnel with results suitable for publication. The court also ruled that CPW's research does not violate its mission in protecting the public interest in wildlife. McGahee in 2017 declined a request for a preliminary injunction to halt the studies, which involve monitoring mule deer populations on the Roan Plateau and south central Colorado as the agency kills cougars and bears. The project, floated in 2016 after decades of declining mule deer populations, attracted lawsuits from groups that point to development and lost habitat, not predators, as the source of any declines in deer populations. The agency completed plans for predator reduction in the Piscine Basin near Rifle in June of 2019. The agency removed an undisclosed number of mountain lions from the 3,000 square mile Upper Arkansas River Basin study area in 2018. For the next 3 years, the agency will watch how deer populations change in central Colorado before removing more cougars. Lindsay Laris, the wildlife program director for the 206,000-member Wild Earth Guardians group, said the group will not appeal McGahee's decision. Quote, "We have 3 years to work with the agency and get the executive office to get the plan to go away or change," Laris said. "There is a lot of oil and gas development and other development in these areas, and it's a false argument to say, quote, cougars are doing this. It's a way of not looking at the bigger problem by focusing on a smaller issue," unquote. A 2018 lawsuit filed in Colorado's U.S. District Court by the Center for Biological Diversity and Wild Earth Guardians is challenging the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service's majority funding of the $4.6 million project. The federal government's last response to the lawsuit in August of 2019 argued that since the Piscine Basin study was completed and the federal agency was not participating in the Upper Arkansas River Basin study, the issue is moot. The 2 groups argued in a September 2019 filing challenging the environmental review of the predator study that the federal agency should rescind its support for the CPW's predator killing studies and dismiss the environmental review so it cannot be used to support future research involving the killing of mountain lions and bears. From the Journal report with photos AP, Jim Mimiaga and Lou Mattis. Over the years, there have been a handful of Galloping Goose railcar reunion tours, and another one is planned for July in Shama, New Mexico. The event is part of the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad's 50th anniversary celebration. Final dates are still being determined. Quote, "Goose reunions are rare events and they're really fun," said motorman Joe Becker of the Galloping Goose Historical Society Museum in Dolores. Quote, "Passengers have the opportunity to ride different machines as they make their way across the rugged mountain country of northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. From the 1930s to 1952, the 7 now restored motorized railroad cars carried passengers, mail, and freight on the Rio Grande Southern Railroad, which extended 160 miles between Ridgway and Durango. Affectionately known as the Galloping Goose or geese because of the way they waddle down the track and honk. The flock has since spread out across the state and beyond. Goose number 5 is stationed in Dolores and regularly operates excursions for tourists and rail fans on host railroads in Durango and Shama. Number 4 is displayed in Telluride and operates on a track in Ridgway. Number 3 operates on a track at Knott's Berry Farm, an amusement park in Anaheim, California. 3 more are stationed at the Colorado Railroad Museum in Golden and can provide rides on a half-mile track there. Motor number 1 in Ridgway is a remake of a mail rail unit that delivered mail in 1931 and is a likeness of the original Galloping Goose prototype. Several of the geese are expected to participate in the Shama reunion. Becker said the event will also feature 19th century steam locomotives and wood-burning steam locomotives. In the past goose reunions, the geese travel in a line together along the host railroad. Stops are made for photo opportunities, and passengers can switch to ride in a different goose. Quote, "It's a great opportunity to experience the railroads in a completely different way and meet other rail fans," Becker said. "Seeing that wide expanse of scenery and watching the track go by over the motorman's shoulder is a unique perspective." Another advantage is the small 27-capacity rail car is able to easily stop and let everybody get off at key scenic and historic points. The CNTS Railroad runs historic trains on 64 miles of narrow-gauge track from Chama, New Mexico to Antonito, Colorado, with stops at Cumbres, New Mexico, Osier, Colorado, and Sublet, New Mexico. And today's High Canyon Country happenings. A reminder that this Thursday, January 16th, from 5:30 to 8 p.m., a distinguished panel will discuss hemp growing and processing and the USDA interim final rule here in Dove Creek. All are invited to attend. It will be held at the Public Service Center, hosted by the Community Voice. Also hosted by the Community Voice and Community Prevention, quote, "Sharing Our Stories" with Autumn Daves Brown and Raquel Champ-Rainey. That will be held on Sunday, January 19th from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Dove Creek Community Center. Childcare and food is provided. And for those willing to brave the early morning cold, January 17th through the 19th is the 2020 Bluff Balloon Festival. Now in its 22nd year, Bluff hosts a hot air balloon festival during MLK weekend in January. And join them for watching the beautiful balloons color the skies over the red rocks of Bluff and southeastern Utah. And I post up all of these High Canyon Country happenings on our Facebook page, which is DCTV News at Noon, where you can also watch the program replay along with the news links and stories of local interest. And you too can share other events or news there and join in on the conversation. This is your local community TV station, so if you have something that you would like to share, contact us. The email is dcbnnews@gmail.com, or you can call 970-677-4119. Thank you for tuning in to News at Noon. Programs are broadcast Monday through Friday with replays online on our YouTube channel or DCTV News at Noon on our Facebook page. If you like the program there, please like us and follow us on Facebook and share it with your family and friends. This has been a production of DCTV for the News at Noon program out of Dove Creek, Colorado, USA. I'm Kendra Cook. Again, thank you for tuning in.